Okay, hi. So just a few days ago, I created this to-do list app here, and I've been thinking about it nonstop kind of for the last few days, and there's so many ideas of things that I want to try to add to this to make this a much more like productivity app. I use all sorts of apps, like I've used Notion and notepads and to-do lists and calendar and like timer apps and toggle time and like all these sorts of different tracking apps. I want to see if I can make it into some sort of productivity oriented calendar based to-do list program. I'm supposed to be working, but I find myself so distracted and I can't get all of my different tasks straight in my mind. So I want to see if I can create something that will actually help me to be more productive. So let's just see what we can pull off here and see what we can do. So let's say I create an event called work and then give it a day in which it takes place. When I add it to my calendar, that will now fall onto the day in which it happens. Okay, so this is actually super sweet. I've created it so that I can create these new lists. I could call it whatever I want. Work, it will randomly pick a color, but I can also pick a color for it. And when I create a new event like work 1, I will be able to pick a date and set that date for it. So in this case, let's say we want it on the 14th. I create that event, it now appears on that day. I can also collapse these lists and have lots of events within each of my different lists, or I can create events within my all to-dos, which won't have a list on them. And what the cool part is now when I click on each day, I can go in and see that specific day and add tasks directly to it. So let's say I wanted to go on the 21st, I could add a task and it will appear on that day. And of course, then all of my completed tasks will go down into this completed tasks list, which is super, super, super cool. Okay, so I'm starting to feel really good about this. I've added a bunch of the features that I was hoping to add, including task editing. So now if I click on a task in the calendar, or if I click on a task in one of my lists, it will bring up this new task editing page. So on the task, I can change the task to whatever I want. So we can call this a fun thing and it will automatically update right away. As well as I can change the date in which the task takes place on, and I can change the to-do list which it falls under. So a fun thing would go in the fun, but I could also change it to other or our all to-dos list, which basically is no list at all. As well, I've made it so that when I finish a task, it now goes into the completed area down here, which it did before, but I can uncheck them and bring them back onto my calendar if I want. Okay, so it's been about a week, maybe a little longer, since I've been working on this app, and I have now developed this. So this is what I'm calling Kind Command, kind of a play on Kind Code, this channel, but also like a command center where you can take control of your daily operations. But anyway, regardless, let's now sign in with Google, and you can see it's going to log in and it's gonna say, congratulations, whatever, you've signed in with your Gmail account. And here we go. This is the app. So I've done a complete UI overhaul, and you can see that I've kind of filled it in with a bunch of my tasks, and it's actually super, super awesome. So I've been testing around, but just toying around, seeing what this AI is capable of. It's pretty amazing. So of course we can add new to-do lists. We can call this a new list. We can go into our list and we can edit it. We can change or select the colors. We can update this list, new list name, to have a new name, okay? And then in that list, we can create a new event and so on and so forth. Of course, this event can now be edited. New event 2, we can change the date in which this day actually belongs to. Oh, this is a new cool feature. I can say, work on this task now. When I do it, it'll pull up the event name right at the top. I can full screen and just fully zone in on working on this task. So for me, this is a feature that I'll want set up on my other screen, and I'll have counting up the time. And of course, I can pause my timer or resume it as well. And when I finish task, it will save the amount of seconds and tell you, based on how much time you worked, the total amount of time spent on this task. So for example, in this task edit camp recap video, I've been working on this task all day. You can see 2 hours and 7 minutes recorded so far on this task. Yeah, even just playing around with this has been a ton of fun, just seeing what I can do. But the biggest thing that I've noticed is that coding with AI, especially for someone who actually has no idea how to code in JavaScript or React or anything like that, this has been a bit of a struggle. It's taken a lot longer to do what I was hoping to do. To be honest, it's good and I'm happy with it. but I don't really know what it's doing or what's going on behind the scenes. And so I can't just dive into the code and fix an issue on my own. For example, check this out. New event 2 has just all of a sudden showed up on the 3rd. This is on the wrong day now. So this bug, I would need to tell the AI to fix, and I don't actually know how to fix it myself. It's not giving me that same satisfying feeling of actually completing or coding or learning something. It's just making it. And I don't even know if you could really go as far to say that I made this, as much as I kind of came up with the idea. The AI did it all for me. Like, I didn't code a single line in this whole thing. So it is cool, and a lot has happened, and I think it's super awesome to see what you can do, and I'll keep working on this app probably for sure. But I don't know, what are your thoughts about coding with AI? Have you ever done it? Do you plan on doing it? Do you want to try it? Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.